Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jeannie, but the hearing is still muted.
Yeah. They're muted.
Should I click the ask to unmute?
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello.
Okay, you can hear us. Good.
Yeah, I saw it go off the screen.
Okay, we're good to go. Okay, are we on the record?
Yes, we're on the record.
Oh, awesome. So all that was on the record. Perfect. Okay, it is 1:30, and it's time on actually 1:31. And it's time on our calendar for a planning hearing. And there are. I'll start out by asking if there's any. We don't have to worry about any visually impaired or hearing impaired people that I know of, because I don't think there's anybody else on here other than the one person in the audience, and I know he's not visually or hearing impaired. As far as Commissioner, let me take care of one other piece of business. Commissioner Bradshaw is excused today. Commissioner McDonald and Commissioner Connolly are here. So of the commissioners that are here, do you have any conflicts of interest with any of these files?
Commissioner Connolly has no conflict with either file.
Okay, and Commissioner McDonald has no conflict with either file. We have two before us today. One of them is VS 0002-20. The other one is VS 0004-20. And what I will do now is turn it over to Jason. You're doing these? You're on first?
Yes, I'm first.
Yeah, I'll turn it over to you, Jason. We can talk about you can quickly just flash up the meeting rules and regulations and penalty phase and all that. Yeah. And I think we all know this, so we can move on. We don't have it. Yeah, I don't think. Do you have anybody viewing it, tuning in? Claire?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so we can dispense with some of the other formalities for the most part. Go ahead and start, Jason.
Alrighty, this is Jason Johnson with Bonner County Planning. I'm here today presenting on a proposal for a vacation, file VS 0002-20. The petitioner in this case is seeking the complete vacation of the plat of Vista Lago 1, recorded at instrument number 915636. This property is located along Jeep Trail Road and is about 2.2 miles north of the city of Dover. Here we have a survey showing in red outline there the plat that is proposed to be vacated in this proposal. Here we have an aerial from the county GIS, the plat circled in red there, showing the surrounding area of the plat that's proposed to be vacated. So this petition was routed to the listed agencies that you see for comment. All of the routed agencies either responded with a no comment or did not respond at all. And there have been no public comments on this file. Just some quick stats about the site here. It's about 80.4 acres. Its only environmental feature of note is that the entire property is sloped with some steep slopes on it. The plat is in common ownership. The plat is undeveloped. Access to the property is provided via Jeep Trail Road, which is a private road and is not county maintained. So this proposal has been reviewed by staff for conformance with applicable Idaho Code, Title 50, 1306A, and Title 50, 1317. It's been found that the petition to vacate this platted area complies with the state procedures set forth in those codes. So this proposal is compliant with the vacation criterion standards set forth at Idaho Code 50-1306A and 50-1317. No public agency has objected to the proposed plat vacation. There are no utilities easements located within the areas that are proposed to be vacated according to the petition. Local utility providers were routed as part of agency review and none responded. If this petition is granted, the easement here will not be vacated according to the included survey and legal description in the application. The 60-foot easement known as Jeep Trail Road will continue to exist per instrument 913580. So not a lot to analyze in this one. Staff concludes that this vacation proposal is consistent with applicable Idaho code, and staff recommends approval of the plat vacation.
Okay. Jeremy, is there anything you wanted to add to this?
Commissioners, thank you. You're probably wondering why this is happening. The owner simply wants one.
Okay, then.
So then the lots go away, then it becomes one parcel again?
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close it to any further comment, and we'll deliberate. Jeff, do you have any questions? We can do this during this phase. Do you have any more questions for the applicant or for Jason? Applicant's representative for Jason.
I don't see how, yeah.
Me either. I'm going looking at this. I'm going, wow, this is pretty simple.
Yeah,
Like, we don't usually like it when they're that simple. We want something more confusing.
We'll probably go down as the easiest one I've ever.
Okay, well then, hearing no further questions, I will go and entertain a motion.
okay, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the petition of file VS 0002-20, finding that it is in accord with Idaho code enumerated in the following conclusions of law, and based upon the evidence submitted up to the time of the staff report was prepared and testimony received at this hearing. I further move to adopt the following findings of fact, conclusions of law, and conditions of approval as written. The action that could be taken to obtain the vacation is to complete the conditions of approval as adopted. This action does not result in taking of private property.
Okay, and I will step down from the chair in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Okay, so on to file VS 00, thanks Jeremy, VS 0004-20.
All right, I'm here. Getting set up.
Who's that, Milton?
Yep.
Wow, it sounds different over the air like that.
You look much taller.
Yes, I do. All right, so this is just another vacation of a portion of an easement on lot 24A out in Carr Creek. Oh, this one?
That's all
Okay.
you got?
Yeah, getting there.
It's kind of small, by the way.
It's a long story.
It's like a little sliver, like center third of the screen, maybe center quarter of the screen. I don't know.
Isn't that good?
And the screen. We've got it in front of us. Don't worry about it. Just go for it. This doesn't look like a complicated one either.
No, it is not. The it's complicated on how it happened. So what happened is the guy came in doing his due diligence to get a building location permit or a DES, and found that he when he came in, he turned in his DES, staff looked it up, and they tried to find the plat map, but couldn't get access to the plat map because a system was down somewhere. And so they went ahead and gave him the DES. He went out. The next day, they were able to access the subdivision plat and find that there is actually an easement. He wanted to build the shop along this easement. They saw the plat map the next day, called him, said, "Hey, there's an easement where you wanted to build your shop." He said, "They came and poured concrete yesterday after I left your office."
Mm.
So we asked him to apply for a vacation of this 5 feet of the 30-foot easement, so he would have some setback there. But he poured his carport right next to that easement. That easement access is only one piece of property, and that's the property where you see here next to it. And so we noticed the neighbors, we noticed agencies. We've had zero public comment on this. He's vacating 5 feet of that 30-foot easement, and we find no reason to reject that. It's not gonna cause any problems with any of the other utilities or the neighbor's access to his property. So we'd recommend approval of this.
So there's only one parcel that it accesses, you say, and how big is that parcel?
It's this parcel right here.
One adjacent, yeah.
Yeah, this one right there.
Looks like it's pretty good size, bigger than the parcel that we're discussing.
There it is.
You go on this page here, you can.
Yeah, I could see it. So the other question I have, Milton, is, is the building then right up against the 25-foot easement?
No, the 30-foot. So he'll have, he will have some,
Some setback.
he will have some setback, yes. Yeah,
Yeah, I guess, I'm concerned that, do we have a number for that setback? Is it gonna be 5 feet, you think, from the 25-foot?
that's correct. He'll be 5 feet from,
Okay,
It's 5 feet from a 30-foot easement. It's a net 25 feet. Right?
no.
It says on here, it says requesting vacate 5 feet of a 30-foot easement.
That's correct. So the
Okay.
easement will now be 25 feet
25 feet.
instead of 30.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Because it's different if it was a 25 and it'll now be 20, but if it's a 30, so it'll be 25. Okay.
That's correct.
You're not coming in very well, by the way. Are you in your car driving around town, or are you?
Down at the beach.
Okay.
he's at
No,
the,
no, I'm in my office.
He's in the bunker.
I'm in my office. Yep.
Okay. Any other questions for, since it's kind of we don't have any public, any questions for staff?
nope, I don't
have any. It sounds like,
I don't have a problem with a vacation. It's just, it just seems, it puts it pretty close to the road, you know, I mean,
Mhm.
like, but, yeah.
of course, if the joining property, well,
Well, that's what's interesting is because you see here on this map that
yeah.
I
they
even
have their-
wonder if the guy uses that easement to access his property.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I don't know that he does because it looked to me
Yeah.
like the access from the road farther up.
Right.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't appear to be used.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, in that case, if there's no other questions, I'll go and entertain a motion.
Well, and I'll go ahead and try to figure out where that is in this large file. You caught me off guard. I thought you were
Sorry.
gonna ask for like deliberations.
Okay, let's deliberate. Okay, now deliberation, now deliberation's closed. Well, this was kind of loose because there's nobody, yeah.
All right.
We don't have a.
Here we go.
representative here.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the petition file VS 0004-20, finding that it is in accord with the Idaho enumerated in the following Idaho code and enumerated in the following conclusions of law and based upon the evidence submitted up to the time the staff report was prepared and testimony received at this hearing. I further move to adopt the following findings of fact, conclusions of law, and conditions of approval as written. The action that could be taken to obtain the vacation is complete when the vacation is to complete the conditions approval as adopted. The action does not result in taking of private property.
Okay, and I will step down from the chair in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. And it is 1:45 and we will adjourn this hearing.
Oh, that's got to be the shortest hearing we've ever had.
Be careful